Okay, so I promised everyone I would do an introduction to the record maker in Warioware DIY. So we start at the DIY studio here, and we go to the Supermaker-Matic 21. Record Maker Matic. Now, you have to unlock this record maker. You have to go through the tutorials, but it's really quick, so you should be able to get this in no time. And you have 2 records that you can be working on at any time. So I'm going to go to the first one here, hit make, and just give it a name. What we have here is 24 patterns. So this is where we're viewing our record. And if I start playing, this little guy starts walking across, and these are all empty. The idea here is there's 2 measures, 2 phrases per pattern, and so you have 24 patterns, and that's about a 2-minute song, depending on the beats per minute. So we can start working on our song here. Here we're in the song area, we're viewing all of our patterns. Now we can copy and paste patterns, we can import patterns from existing songs, and I'll show you that in a moment. The other thing that we can do is we can control some basic settings. I can turn on shuffle beat, which is kind of like swing here. I can control some various settings for the different tracks in the patterns. And that's all stuff that you'll understand more if you start using the software. And of course, I can change the BPM here. They go by units of 10, so I don't have too fine a control over the BPM. And you can see here the length of this track with all 24 patterns would be 1 minute and 30 seconds at this BPM. So we're going to start making this first track here, this first pattern. This is the music area where you make phrases. And so what I have here is 4 tracks and then a rhythm section. So each track can have an instrument, and then the rhythm section has a set of drums. So you can see there's a piano over here. And what I do is I place these notes. I can play them back, and there's 2 phrases, so I can go over to this other phrase. I can erase notes, obviously, and I can also copy and paste, so I can select all of this, then go over to the other phrase, and now it's pasted. The other thing is there's this hummingbird here. I can use the hummingbird. What it allows me to do is hum into the microphone of the DS, and then the program will take what I hummed and convert it into an actual melody. So this is really cool if you're not comfortable working with the piano roll, or you don't really know how to turn what you want into notes. You can just hum it in and it'll actually do it for you, and it does a pretty good job. And once that happens, you can sort of move them around and work on the melody. But I'm not going to show you that because it's pretty difficult to show. And I have control over the instrument. I can change the volume of it, and I can also change the panning. And I can choose all these different instruments. So there's 8 instruments in each set, and there's 6 sets. That's 48 different instruments. And it gives you a little preview when you go to select it. And the last set, the 8-bit instruments are probably my favorite. Then I can, go to a different track, and I can add more instruments here. I can listen to it on its own, in the wrong phrase here. That's listening in single mode. Now I can listen in multi-mode. The other thing is, I can go down to the drum section here, and in the drums, like I said, you're just hitting a set of drums, so there's all these different drums along the side. And there's different sets. So this is the basic set, and then we have these electrical things, and then these tribal sounds. There's another video game set here. So I can, set up my drums here. And that's how I control the drums. And again, I have the same settings over volume and panning. So I can go back. Let's exit here. And now you can see my pattern is here in this screen. I can copy and paste it to another pattern. I can move patterns around. I can actually change where I want to end the song too. So I can just have a 2-pattern song and go to playback here. And it's pretty simple. The other thing that I can do that's really cool is if I have an empty pattern, I can go to import. Now this allows me to go into any game or any record that I've unlocked. Records that I've made or records that they've provided. So I have these different records that I've unlocked here. And let's say I really like this Donkey Kong record, so I go in here and I choose the pattern that I like from the record, hit OK, and this will be imported into my song. So now I have this pattern from Donkey Kong in here. Let's say maybe I want to delete this pattern. Put this over here. And I can go into this pattern and I can change the instruments or the notes as much as I want and sort of make this my own. So I could make a whole Donkey Kong remix if I like. And so we're going to exit here. And I'm going to go ahead and, no, actually, let's leave that. So I'm going to go back here. Let's say this is my completed record here. Not very good, but I'm done. And I can go and I can listen to it. And now I have this sort of record player listening mode. And here's my 2 patterns. And I can actually play back. And I can mute portions of my track. I can also change the speed of the track, as you can see, and the volume level. And I have these different effects here that I can play around with. So and then I have these little sound effects that I can play here. This is pretty similar to the playback mode in like Nintendo DSi Sound or something like that, with more features here. And yeah, so I can go ahead and play my whole record here, record it, and that's my song. And if I go ahead and save my song, then I can ship it, and then I have it stored in my library where I can store about, I'd say, 50 or so songs. So, pretty simple, and it's a lot of fun to work with, and there's a lot of cool sounds that you can get out of it. And, you can share records that you make with other people. You can upload them. And, like I said, you can remix tracks as much as you like. So that's my introduction. Make sure that you check out my Bandcamp page, decktonic.bandcamp.com. Thanks.